Spotlight, moonlight. Nigga, why you tripping? Just Mariah. Shawty look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so bad, Maya. Spotlight, moonlight. Nigga, why you tripping? Get your mood right. Shawty look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so bad, Maya. Spotlight, moonlight.
Hi, this is Damien.
And this is Omar, and we're from Top 5 E-Bikes.
So today we're going to talk about the Model E from the Electric Bike Company. A really cool company that's making beach cruiser style e-bikes right here in Southern California. So in this review we're going to cover specs, components, optional features that you can get added to this e-bike. We're going to talk about some pros and some cons, reasons why we think maybe you should or shouldn't purchase this e-bike. The Model E comes in a step-thru style, one-size-fits-all frame. It has a 48-inch wheelbase and is recommended for riders between 4'6" and 6'8". This e-bike starts at $17.99 before parts and accessories. If you want to add fenders and a front basket, that will add another $238 to the total. One cool thing about this e-bike is that there are a lot of unique customization options that are free. You can choose between brown, white wall style tires, or plain black. The bike comes in 3 stock colors, but for no additional cost, you can mix and match those 3 color options between the frame, the fork, and the rims. So if you wanted, you could have a red frame with the black fork and white rims for no additional cost. For the seat and handlebar grips, you get a choice of black or tan. We really enjoy the look of the tan saddle and grips against the stock white frame. The MX-US geared hub motor delivers 500 nominal and 1000 watts of peak power. We found hills pretty easy to tackle as long as you build up a little momentum going into your climb. For the very steepest hills, expect to work your muscles a bit more, especially if you're carrying additional weight on the bike like groceries or a small child. If you encounter these scenarios a lot, you'll want to upgrade to the 7-speed drivetrain. The saddle is super cushy and is one of the most comfortable bike seats we've ever encountered as a standard option. The motor allows for 5 levels of pedal assist and also includes a thumb throttle. Finally, the Model E comes with standard Bengal hydraulic disc brakes, which is a very nice option for a bike that starts at $1,800.
Now let's talk about the pros of the Model E. Now I'm going to start off with the first one, which is how comfortable a ride it is. You don't really know how comfortable a ride it is until you actually get on this bike and ride it. And there's a few reasons for that. One of them is, if you notice these handlebars, these swept back handlebars, they're in a position where as you're sitting down, you don't really feel any stress in your shoulders and your arms. It's not like one of these bikes where you're hunched over or maybe the handlebars are too high. So I think the placement of these, the type of handlebars and the placement of these handlebars and things like even the stem adjuster make it to where it's a super comfortable handlebar. In addition to that, you have the seat, which is super cushy. So I think the combination of the seat and the handlebars make this such a comfortable upright ride. So again, I think that this is one of the first things that stood out as I first rode it was how nice and comfortable the ride it was.
Yeah, and I noticed right away because I'm used to riding bikes with like a shorter handlebar, and you kind of really hunch forward a little bit, and you feel it in your wrist, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
This one you can ride pretty much all day. The second thing we really liked about this e-bike is just the powerful motor that you get for $17.99. So this is what they call the best motor in the world, right? They say that it's highly durable and it'll last 18 years. That's what the website claims. But you can feel the power when you're going up hills. It's a very quiet motor, and the max output of it is actually 1,000 watts, which you don't really typically get.
No. And actually, I remember when I read the specs of this e-bike when it was released, that 1,000 watts was the first thing that stood out to me. I was like, wow, 1,000 watts for under $2,000. And at the time, it was actually cheaper when they first announced it. Now it's back. It's its regular price, but even then, a lot of value for having 1,000 watt motor.
Oh yeah, totally.
So the next pro, and this is I think something that you should really pay attention to, and a lot of times we kind of gloss over this, is the warranty. And with EBC, you get a 5-year warranty on the battery and a 10-year warranty on the frame. Like pretty unheard of actually. If you look at most e-bike brands, typically you get like a 2-year warranty. And I would say even more so than the warranty, it's that you have people here in the States that you can call.
Yeah.
So because EBC is based out of Southern California, you can actually call or email. There's a big community online as well of people that can help you, but just the fact that they have such a good warranty behind this great bike, and the fact that you could call someone if there are issues and you need to use that warranty. But again, I think something that normally even we gloss over in reviews, and I think most people aren't thinking about a warranty. I think super important, and happy that EBC is willing to back up their product with such a great warranty.
Well, and it's because a lot of the bikes we're reviewing, they're not offering that kind of warranty. 5 years, that's pretty unheard of. So I'm going to talk about the last two things we really loved about this bike. And it hasn't just been the two of us that have ridden it. I've actually let my friends borrow this bike, and it just feels really dialed in and very high quality. The way the frame is molded, the way the parts are attached. I mean, you know that a human being actually assembled this. We've been at the factory.
Seen it.
We've seen them do it. Someone really is there checking off the checklist.
We're not just telling you because we saw Micah Toll's videos. We've actually been there.
We've been there. We've talked to Sean and Phil, and and right down to even just like, the basket, the fenders. They just, I don't feel any anxiety when I'm going down hills, when I'm going really fast. It doesn't feel rattling. Just very. Right? Like you feel like
very
it's
well put together.
Well put together bike.
I think a lot of times when you get e-bikes delivered to you and you're putting it, and we've assembled most of the bikes, but there's always some low level of concern or anxiety. I think sometimes just freaking out. You're like, did I tighten everything?
Right.
And I think with EBC bikes, you know that everything's going to be assembled well, and that people actually. It wasn't that it was in a container,
right?
And came
directly
from overseas, and then it
Yeah.
shows up on your front doorstep.
Yeah.
Like the way they deliver these bikes and the care that they take, and just in the time is, you can feel it when you're riding.
For sure. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is what's pretty obvious to, I think, most people, and one of the reasons people look to this brand, just the customization options available with the bike, the custom colors, the way you can do the basket in the front, you could do panniers in the back, racks in the back, you can customize the grips, right, the seat color, the rims, right, the tires, right, we have these cool reflective white walls. So very few e-bikes companies are doing that, and this is one of the things that really stands out about EBC, and why you can see that they have so many fans.
Yeah, I think it's great because you can order a bike and make it yours, right? And you can customize it, the parts, the colors that you want.
Yeah.
And so I think that makes it really attractive for a lot of people, rather than, most companies have maybe 3 or 4 colors.
Yeah.
These guys, you can actually send them the color and they can paint the bike great.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
you can do anything.
All right, and as always, let's talk about some of the cons. It's not all good stuff with this, bike or any bike.
Yep.
There's always some good, bad stuff, right? Yeah, you got to keep it real. The first one I'm gonna tell you about is it's related to the cost. So although we mentioned that it's $17.99,
which is
the base price,
very reasonable price for
totally.
the bike. This
with the
put
specs,
together.
with the specs of this bike and warranty and everything we mentioned, it's a great price. But
however,
we mentioned that there's a lot of customizations available, and that adds up really quickly. Like for example, if you want a custom color, that's $300.
Yeah.
If you want a rear rack, that costs
$89.
Yeah,
right?
$89. This is $150, I believe, right?
Yep.
So you could see already that it quickly can add up. I mean, this particular model, the way it's outfitted, is a little bit over $2,000.
Yeah.
I think it was
2040.
something like that.
Yeah.
So although the base price is $17.99, just keep in mind that that's just for the base bicycle e-bike, and if you add stuff, then it's going to quickly add up, and you could spend $2,500.
You could easily spend $2,500.
Yeah.
On
So,
this bike, for sure.
anyways, I think it's a con in the sense that it's $17.99. You could be spending $2,500 or more potentially, depending on how you outfit it.
Yeah, totally. Good point. The other con I want to talk about is, this bike is, I think we say this with pretty much all our videos, this bike isn't for everyone, right? Beach cruiser style e-bikes, it's kind of like, has this old Cadillac feel to it, where it's just like a big boat that you're kind of like, it's got a big, super heavy step-thru frame. That's not for everyone. I like the more traditional frames. Like the Model X has a more traditional geometry in a frame. So, you know, like I said, not
maybe not everyone lives next to the beach.
Not everyone lives lucky to live in Santa Barbara, right?
Or Newport Beach, where EBC is.
I think you had one more con, right?
Yeah, one other con, and I know a lot of people have mentioned this. I mean, it's one of the things that I noticed right away when we got this bike, the kickstand.
Yeah.
Can't see it here, but maybe we'll upload some pictures and layer them on the video. But the kickstand actually gets in the way of the pedals of the crank arm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you know, an annoyance more than anything.
Right.
And if depending on, you know, where you lay your bike and you put your kickstand, you might want to take off, and then the crank arm will get stuck in the lost my train of thought. In the kickstand. So the crank arm will get stuck in the kickstand. So more of an annoyance, I think. And obviously, design-wise, they just put it there.
I think it just has to do with the weight of the bike, and just maybe that's where the best, you know, pivot point for the.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It's just the weight, but it's I don't know. Probably could have done it a little bit better and thought that through where they placed it.
Okay, I've spent a lot more time with this bike than Omar, so I'm going to give you my final thoughts. There are three things that really stand out about the Model E: the exceptional build quality and ride feel of their bikes, the unparalleled customization offered with each model, and the company's emphasis on components manufactured in the USA. Having now ridden 4 different models from the electric bike company, I believe these three things can be applied to every bike in their fleet. Let's start with the customization. There's just no other e-bike company that allows you to build an e-bike with this level of personalization. The color can be literally any color under the rainbow, and we witnessed firsthand the extreme lengths this company would go to match the color requests of their customers. We saw bikes of every shade, brilliant greens, deep blues, just really vibrant color combos that reminded me of Marvel's superheroes. But it doesn't stop there. The fact that you have 2 color options for the tires, the grips, the saddle, and have the ability to customize the chain guard or the battery case, even 2 color options for the front baskets, there just aren't other e-bike companies that provide their customers with that much freedom. Second, if it's important for you to support products that are made in the USA and companies that employ people here in the US, then the electric bike company is leading the way. Virtually every other e-bike brand manufactures and assembles their bikes overseas. EBC, on the other hand, assembles their bikes here in the US and does its best to source as many of its components here, right down to the wheels, the bike accessories, and the custom paint used on their frames. The last and maybe most important thing I want to highlight is the really smooth ride you get on this e-bike. The build quality is exceptional and on par with the most expensive bikes in their fleet. The Model E really feels built to last, which is not something you can always say with a bike that costs under $2,000. Also, I think there's just tremendous value for $17.99 to get a bike of this high caliber and high quality. Yeah, I mean, there's some things that are not perfect about this e-bike, and it might not suit everybody's lifestyle, but overall, it's a joy to ride. It's fun, it's comfortable, and you're gonna get a lot of people asking you to borrow this e-bike, I think, because that's what happens to us. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, share this video, and thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time. Yeah!
If you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment, visit us at top5ebikes.com or some of our social media accounts. Thank you.